And look, it's always an exciting challenge trying to piece these things together. I want to ask you a more fundamental question before we get in, and I want non-PC answers only. So Sharon, need you to do your best here. But why are we still convincing people today that they need to be on marketplaces? It's something I don't really get.
Why are we still convincing people? Well, I think the data speaks, and we can talk about it a little bit later here. If near 60% of product searches originating on these marketplaces, if you aren't there, your competitors are, or people reselling your products certainly are. So people are going to find your products, whether you're the one selling them, articulating how, their value propositions or how they show up in the market. And so I think the nice thing is I've actually seen a really big transition of that. I no longer have a fight with D2C brands around why they should be on marketplaces or not. The question is, which of my products go on marketplaces, and what is my strategy? What is my SKU mix on my channels, and what is my channel mix that delivers me the most profitability, right? Because there's lots of reasons why you wouldn't list your whole catalog on a marketplace. For example, if you're shipping steel bed frames from California to New York, for example, that'll be really expensive if you're paying someone else to fulfill it. So I think, I don't think we run into the same issue, which is, the data is out there and it is conclusive, which is people are originating product search on these marketplaces. And so really now it's not why. I haven't seen a lot of why. I've seen a lot of how. And so that's my non-PC answer back for you, which is I don't actually think we're fighting it anymore after 20 years worth of fighting it.
What do you think, Rick?
Yeah, I think it depends on the customer. If it's a customer that is at the leading edge, I think Sharon is absolutely correct that most brands, modern brands, understand why they need to be on Amazon and not just on their website. I think there is D2C had a moment during COVID and some before COVID. That why do I need a marketplace? D2C is where it's at. These customers are more valuable. I don't own them, et cetera, et cetera. Well, that's great. But if you're not growing top of the funnel where the consumers are, then you have a big problem. So I think that's something we're coming out of post-COVID, where COVID has sort of solved that for us to the extent, like now that COVID's over, people realize they need to go to where the customers are. I think there are still a lot of old school brands that have been doing business the same way for a long time. And we kind of all know who they are, or they're in new categories like Amazon Business or something like that, where they're doing business in distributors and retailers, and they view Amazon as just another retailer. There are still companies, as we sit here today, that view Amazon as just another retailer. And the person managing that Amazon relationship is the same person managing the Home Depot, Walmart, and Lowe's relationship, which is Amazon is like an AI-enabled tech platform on steroids. I mean, it's crazy what Amazon is, and it would take 10 webinars to just list out all the things that Amazon does that is different than the average retailer. So I think we still are dealing with that, where there's like a misunderstanding of Amazon, I think even today.
Yeah, I think acting like Amazon is just a marketplace is a real serious misnomer, right? It's a suite now of modularized capabilities that you can leverage in lots of different ways, right? You can use their fulfillment service to fulfill orders from your D2C. You can have the order, like with instant, we call it the practice instant commerce, but you can have an order on Amazon with their new program called Amazon Today. You can literally filter to what is available near me for same day delivery. The shopper, like Prime shopper, can buy that product and then have it delivered to them with an Amazon fleet, or they could go pick it up locally, right? So I think there's a lot of different services that are now available. It's also an amazing, we've heard a lot about retail media. It's an amazing acquisition channel in many cases, as long as you have a good strategy in order to continue your lifetime value. And so I think branding Amazon and Walmart for that case, just a marketplace, I think is a misnomer. I also think that the definition of marketplace is important because Meta is now a marketplace. TikTok is now, such as they are, but they have really different focuses. But the ability to list a product on a third party, where the third party captures the payment and then syncs an order back to your systems for you to fulfill, or to their own systems to fulfill, that marketplace functionality, it used to be that the Meta properties and others knew that what they were in was in the traffic game, and they were sending traffic to the D2C, and that was their model for many, many years. And now it's extremely clear, if you look at Instagram Shops and TikTok Shop and many other programs, that the ability to understand where the eyeballs are, and then leverage that in order to decrease the friction with which you can make a purchase, particularly when they already have, a thumbprint saved, super seamless payment identity concept of who you are, because all of my history around all the things I bought on Amazon already, or on Instagram shopping or TikTok. TikTok shop made me buy it kind of concept. I think our concept of marketplaces is really challenged now too, because social commerce has much of that functionality. So I would say that even those who are still maybe anti-Amazon for various different reasons, they might have really different opinions around like TikTok shop, for example, where there's an adjacency or a lifestyle affinity for their category specifically, or more of an affiliate or creator lifestyle influencer style marketing strategy. So I think it depends on what kind of brand you are and what your channel mix should be around what you think you should be doing in order to grow and be where your shopper is.
2 points to note there: 17 minutes 31 seconds before we mentioned retail media. That's got to be a record for keeping it added news. And for anyone that's here from TikTok, we're sorry we didn't call you an entertainment platform. Please don't be annoyed with us. We know how much you love that.